Sup, yo? It's your boy, Embroidered Bro. Let's go. So there's a couple different ways that you can make custom embroidered patches. You can go through, buy a very expensive piece of machinery, learn that machinery, and then start making your own patches. Or you can send me a design. It's Josh K with the Monterey Company, and today we're going to be talking about embroidered patches. Let's start from the top. Embroidered patches are just a twill, heavier fabric background with the logo design embroidered on top. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You're going to get a little bit of depth, a little bit of texture with embroidered patches. Now, here's where we want to start this AI-generated art. It has become so prevalent, and very rarely is it even close to being possible in embroidered patches. I'm going to throw out some numbers here. They're not exactly accurate, but this gives you a very good idea of this. Over the last year, let's say 750 new patch leads with AI-generated art for embroidered patches have been sent to us. Maybe 3 of them have been possible as is. So AI loves to put in a ton of tiny details. AI loves to put in color gradients. AI loves to put in texture. I'm going to go over a few things here to make your process a little bit easier if you are going to use AI-generated art, because it's a wonderful tool, but very rarely is it completely possible with this production method. First and foremost, no color gradient. Solid colors. Eliminate any color gradient. We're doing thread on a twill background. I have no way of making that thread go from yellow to orange to red in a seamless gradient pattern. 2, a lot of tiny details. We'll have details on like skulls, small text. We'll have, details on machinery, equipment. A lot of that is not possible because of the production method. Simpler, the better when it comes to embroidered patches. Now, if you are wanting to use AI-generated art and you kind of go, okay, I know that it's not going to be possible, but this gives you the general idea of what we want to do, great. As long as you're understanding that and you know, hey, we're going to take your design, we're going to put it into what is possible for embroidery, no problem. That's wonderful. The other side of that is if you go, I want my design to be exactly like my design, we might say, hey, would you be interested in a different patch style like dye sublimated, for instance? Okay, now we're done with that. Sorry about that, folks, but had to get through that because it's become so popular, and you want to make sure that you know what you're getting into before you get too deep. So we've got your design. Next, we're going to start with the size. Best thing you can do is open your design on your computer screen, shrink it down until you say, oh, that's a cool patch size, and then literally measure that on your screen. Whatever size that is, that's the size that you're going to do. Different applications can have different sizes. For instance, a hat or a patch going on a hat is going to be much smaller than a patch going on the back of a motorcycle vest. So you just want to have some perspective of that. If you're not sure, you can always say, hey, I want to put these on hats. I don't know the exact size. Can you give me some advice? And we'll be happy to walk through that with you. Now that we have the size, we have the design. Next, you're going to be thinking about the backing. The backing is exactly what it sounds like, the stuff that we put on the backside of the patch. For embroidered patches, we can do any of our patch backing, no backing, adhesive, iron-on, or hook and loop. How you kind of come to that determination is how you're going to be applying these patches. For instance, if you're going to use a heat press, you don't want to do adhesive backing. That's not meant for a heat press. You want to use iron-on backing. If you're going to sew these on, you would do no backing or adhesive backing. We've got a video on patch backing. Watch that. It'll help give you a lot more information there. But we'll need to have your backing, size, design. Then we're pretty much to a point that we can get you a quote. You need to have a quantity that you're going to do. 50 is our minimum. Sometimes if we're doing much larger format, like a 12-inch patch, we can go a little bit lower than 50. But as you go up in quantity, your pricing comes down. As you go down in quantity, your pricing goes up on a per patch basis. So we've got all of that. Know everything, we send you a quote. If you ask for 50, we might give you 50, 100, and 200 so you can compare the pricing at those different quantity levels. That's when you're going to say, yeah, this is a feasible project. You can do that a couple different ways. You can pick a quantity and accept the quote, or you can email or call your sales rep and say, hey, you know what? I'm not sure if I want to do 50 or 100 yet, but I want to move forward with this. Then we'll start mocking up the art. Come up with the design, we'll send you proofs. If you want to make any changes, design is the time to do that. You can ask, hey, can we do this color, or can we change this font? get into that, when we're in the design phase. Once we have a finalized design that you say, that's it, it's perfect, I want 50 of those, then we'll send you a pay link. Once you make payment, we start production, and from that point, we're typically looking at about 3 weeks on average for embroidered patches. Sometimes we can get them a little bit quicker. Sometimes if it's a super complex design, it might take a little bit longer, but on average about 3 weeks. So make sure you have enough time for this project. If you have any questions about embroidered patches, if you're not sure if your design would work, send us a quote request. Happy to take it from there, kind of start this process, walk you through what might have to change from your design, what might look really cool with your design, so on and so forth. And then go from there. Like, click, subscribe, share our videos, put in a quote request, email us, ask us for samples. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I hate myself so much sometimes.